Okay, class, I have here another example for relational schema, mapping ERD to a relational schema. So we need to convert the given ERD to a relationship schema. So we have to put underline for PKs and dash lines for foreign keys. So again, let's start with the department for our entity and its attribute. So we just have to write here, down here, so we write department. That will be the name of your relation or your table. Then we have the dep ID, comma, and then the name. As you can see, the dep ID here is a primary key, so don't forget to put the underline. Okay, so we have an underline for that, so let me just ignore the spelling checker. Okay, so we have here underline, so we have to select straight underline. Okay, then I can close it for now for the department name. Then it has employees. So one and only one department has one or more employees. So we write here another schema, relational schema. So we have employee with our two attributes. So we have the emp ID and emp name. So just the same. So we write here emp ID. And it's a primary key. So I have to put straight underline. And then another one, so we have the emp name as another attribute, but this time emp name doesn't have an underline because it's not a primary key, so we have to use none. Okay, so as you can see, we have the emp ID as the primary key and the emp name is another attribute for the employee. So let me just ignore that one so you can see. Okay, but for this, as you can see, department has a relationship with the employee, and then the type of relationship is one-to-many. Cardinality for the employee is one or more, and then cardinality for the department is one and only one. But for the type of the relationship, it's one-to-many. So one maximum here is one, and the maximum here is many. So again, my tip to you is that the one with the many symbol will take the primary key of the related entity as foreign key. Again, the one with the many symbol will take the primary key of related entity as foreign key. So we have here the dep ID. So I write here, comma, dep ID as the foreign key of the employee. So for this one, you have to use the dotted lines. Okay, so that's for the employee. So I will not close it for now. Okay, so we will check whatever is missing later on. Now, my third relation is the project. So I will type here project. I have to remove the underline because it's showing here. So project, and then the entities for project are P-code, then project name. So always start with the primary key. So P-code, comma, we have the project name, and then the budget. So we only have three attributes for that. So again, P-code is a primary key, so we have to put straight line. Now we close the project. So we have to close also the employee. I think we're done for that. Now we have here the type of relationship between the project and the employee is many to many. So as you can see, many here, and the employee joins in one to many projects. Okay, so if it's many to many, the type of the relationship, we have to make another relation, which is the relationship here. So joins in. So again, so we will type here joins in. Okay, open parenthesis. So take the primary key of the related entity, which is the emp ID, and the primary key of the project as the primary key also here. So we have here the emp ID, comma, the project, the P code, comma, and then we have in the joins in, we have the related attribute. So we call it the attribute relationship. So we write here the start date. So now we will write emp ID and project ID as the composite attribute, but in the exam, so normally they also put another line for that. So in the example, so you can put straight line as a composite primary key or a dotted line, so that will be okay, because when you convert this in the ERD plus, it will become a foreign key. So let's check. So department has two attributes, so dep ID and name with the primary key dep ID. Employee has MID and emp name, but since the employee is related to department, we have here the many symbol. It will take the dep ID as the foreign key. So we write here the dep ID. Then also we have the project entity. So we write project, then the primary key P code, project name, and budget attributes. So we write it here. Okay, so I'll just remove the spell checker. Okay, so then we have the budget. So I closed both the employee and the project because as I can see here, I have many-to-many type of relationship. So you need to make a new relation, which is the joins in. For other lesson, you can put also employee project together. And then get the primary key of the first entity, related entity, and the second related entity. And if there's attribute relationship, so you can write it on the third part. So here. Okay, so that's it for mapping ERD to relationship schema. So if you want to see if this is correct, so we can go to the ERD plus. I have it ready here. Okay, so here, so this is our employee, department, employee, and project. So just click. Okay, so I have to look for my department, employee, project, and then convert to relational schema. Okay, so let's make it RS. Maybe that's my third one, and then create. So let's see if our answer is correct. So we have in the relational schema, we have the department with two attributes. We have the employee with also 2 plus 1 attribute. The third one is the foreign key. Then we have the project. So we have the 3 attributes, and the joins in as the fourth relation, and then we have the MID and P code as the foreign key. So that's why I told you we can use in MS Word here, we can use the dotted line for our foreign key. Okay, so that's it for our ER to relational schema. Again, the basis for making the database design is our relational schema, because here you can see the foreign keys for our table. So see for the employee and also for the joins in. Okay, so that's it for this topic.